Hello, good evening. This is Tina, and this will be my first segment of my November blog. I try to blog a little bit every few days to let you know what I've been working on, and I tend to publish these videos about twice a month. So this will begin the November vlog. And I'm excited about it today because I just got home from a stitching retreat in Sevierville, Tennessee. Katrina Boyd puts on a great retreat. If you ever get to go to one of her retreats, I know you'll enjoy it. And one of the things I want to share with you today will be the exchanges that we did at the retreat. But another wonderful thing about the retreat is that I've been going to this retreat now for a couple of years. I think this is the third one I've been to. But anyway, I've met people there that I get to see every year. And I've also made new friends there each time I've gone. But the sweet, wonderful stitchers that I've seen every year there, several of them have gifted me with things this year. And I want to share that with you. And also had a special treat. I got to meet up with Cindy from Cindy's Cross Stitch, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about that. I know she already has shared some of that on her channel, so I want to do that as well. So we'll jump right in. The first thing I want to tell you about are the exchanges, because these are an integral part of the retreat. It's so much fun. I will tell you that the first gift that I opened, I didn't get to keep very long. We played Sneaky Santa, and it was taken very quickly. And I actually said if someone took it from me, I was going to cry. And Katrina quickly gave me a box of Kleenex because she knew it was going to go, and it did. But I was so thrilled because when I got to open the second gift, I got to keep it. Let me share it with you. Pardon me for having to bend over. I kept it wrapped in the original wrapper to show you how beautifully this was put together. There's the Christmas angel on the front and the back of this basket. This is a wicker basket. Isn't that so pretty? And all of the items in here were wrapped with beautiful tissue paper. But I have a Plum Street sampler pattern. I got a drinking bottle full of floss. I have a pair of scissors in here with a beautiful scissor fob on there. Highlighters, needles. I even have a wonderful gadget that measures your fabric and tells you instantly what count it is. It's got just a grid on it. You put that on your fabric and it shows you what count fabric you have. I can't wait to try it. I've never seen one like that before. And I just enjoyed getting to unwrap each item and showing it off. And I can't believe I was able to keep it. I wanted to let you see how it was put together, and it also helped me get it home to keep the plastic on it. So I put that back on it right away. So I'm really happy about my basket. I thought I did get a wonderful gift. So thank you, ladies. All of you participated in the exchange. The second exchange that we had over the course of the retreat, it was an ornament exchange. And in the ornament exchange, Katrina's a little bit nicer. She lets you keep it. Katrina, I'm just kidding. But whatever you open, you get to keep. And so I was so tickled when I opened mine and found out that it was Marlene's Ornament. Isn't this precious? I love that little snowman. His body is actually just a snowflake. Isn't that cute? And there are beads in here and buttons. And I love the fabric on the back too. So cute. And Marlene was so clever. She told me that she had attached this hanger on here very, very lightly with a few stitches. So if I didn't want to put it on a tree, I could snip that off. But she also placed it so cleverly right off the back of it here that I can just leave it hanging down the back and you can't even see it. So I could put it in a bowl or a basket or something that I might want to do, and you wouldn't even see the hanger. So that way I can use it one way one year and another way the next. So Marlene, thank you. It's beautiful. I was so tickled. So those were the exchanges. The rest of that retreat was spent stitching and visiting and shopping. So first, let me just tell you, I had several people who attended the retreat that showered me with gifts, and I would like to share some of that with you right now. First, there's a lady I met there a couple years back. Her name is Joanna. Hi, Joanna. And she was so sweet, and she gifted me a couple of patterns that she had brought because she said they just looked like me, and she was so right. This is the first one. It is a kit. It's a just cross stitch kit, and it is a beautiful Christmas wreath, and it is designed by Teresa Winsler, whom you know I love to collect her patterns, and someday I'm going to stitch several of them. And this one is called Southern Magnolias. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, that's just lovely. So Joanna, thank you for thinking of me. She was going through her stash to bring some things for the freebie table, but she felt like those were for me. And then I will let you know too, there was another friend there, and she came over and said that she had a couple of patterns, or several, that she wanted me to look at. But in particular, one pattern she wanted me to see. In fact, she actually called me ahead of the retreat and asked me should she even bring it, because I've never done one of these designs before, and probably have said on this channel that I don't think I ever will, because it didn't feel like I had the patience to do it. I do some fairly large projects, but I have never had the courage to do a heaven and earth design. But I said, she described it to me, and I said, I would like to see it. I must be out of my mind, but I would like to see it. And this is the pattern. Isn't that breathtaking? I love it. This is a mini, and it's artwork by Jane Wooster Scott, and it's A Real Snow Job is the name of it. I just love it. So at some point, this girl will be doing a heaven and earth design. It may take me the rest of my life, but I'm gonna do it. It's just too pretty not to. It really speaks to me. Anyway, so thank you, Marlene. I love it. And thank you for thinking of me. This was also gifted to me, and this is shepherd's bush. Okay. It's a shepherd's bush called Santa Berry Pudding. I'll read it to you. It says, Santa comes on Christmas Eve, seeking those who yet believe, through a frosty winter's night, in a sleigh with reindeer flight, bringing joy to large and small. Merry Christmas, one and all. I just love it. Absolutely love it. Gonna have to put that in my Christmas stash. So that came from Marlene, whom all of you guys know so well. And then there were other patterns that I picked from another friend who brought a large amount of patterns for the freebie table. And this is one of the patterns that I selected. This is a Fancy That pattern, Long May She Wave. And it does have a lot of buttons on it, which I don't have. There are no buttons with the pattern. But I should be able to either cross stitch it, because the picture is on there, or I may look for some buttons. And I actually like it finished as a wall hanging. I like that a lot. Or I might do it as a long picture. This is the next one. It's an Erika Michaels. And it's called Liberty Lights. And I'll cover up the owner's name, the prior owner. That's just so super cute. This one intrigued me. This is a homespun elegance pattern, and it's called Charming Welcomes 1. And I just think it's precious because the welcome that is repeated for all these different seasons. There's a Santa in there. Can you see a heart? Summer, there's a home in there. Pumpkins. This one's got little pumpkins in it. And I had in mind something that Chelsea and Priscilla would do. Stitch them and frame them in such a way, or finish them in such a way where they're on magnets and you can just swap them out, keep them in the same place, and just swap out the seasonal welcome. So cute. Anyway, that's what I had in mind. And then this, I thought this was really cute. This is Pat Olson's Merry Christmas. It's a Leisure Arts leaflet. But it touched my whimsy note. I liked it a lot. And there's one pattern in here in particular that caught my eye because of somebody I know that collects those items, and I'm not going to say anymore. But it might find its way into some gift stitching in the coming years. I thought this was different, very different, and so I'm going to share this with you. This is a My Lady's Needle, and you make a case. You make a case. This is it open, and this is it closed, and it's to hold your ruler, and the ruler is provided. This was in the freebie table. You can guess who this is for. I'm just a Raggedy Ann in a Barbie doll world. Love it. And this one is a full kit. This is the Sweetheart Tree, and it's April Showers Bring May Flowers. It's from the Knob Knocker collection. And it's got all the floss and fabric and everything to stitch it. And I thought that was just a lovely little small, and I don't have a lot of smalls. So I like that. Took that right off the table. And then there were two more that I really, really loved. This for a Christmas ornament. I might have to do that this year. And then this was just so unique. This is a sampler. It's a Home is Best sampler. And it has the look to me of a game board, although it's not. But doesn't it look like one from a distance? Almost like a Monopoly board. But it has an alphabet in the middle, which could be substituted with your favorite saying or your family name and the year, that your home was established. You can put whatever you want in the middle. But it's got all these little houses around the edge. Cute. That was different. I liked it. Okay, so those were the stash enhancements I was able to make just from looking at the things people bought to give away. Ah, how wonderful. Okay. But, Katrina brings her store. And so while I was there at the retreat, I had to shop a little bit. And I did keep it small because I already had some neat stuff anyway. But I bought two patterns, just two. This is a scissor tail design. And it's a fleur-de-lis for thee. And I just loved those colors. And it has a scissor fob, a pin keep, or a pin cushion, Isn't that beautiful? 3 different patterns, all on one piece. And the next one I have, you've probably seen before. Broderie à Paris. It's a Sue Hillis design. And I love that that Eiffel Tower is a pair of scissors. I have looked at this pattern many, many times. I've looked at it at the retreat before. I've looked at it online. I had to pick between this pattern and my Let It Snow that I'm going to start in January. And I picked the Let It Snow. But I really liked this one too. So I just decided since it was the last one there, I would get it. And I'm going to do it in a different color because I've just finished the Quaker Christmas 2, which is in a red, mostly red, and a little bit of green. And as you saw in my last video, if you watched it, I was gifted the dogwood sampler and all of the beautiful floss to do that in red. So I don't want to do this one in red as well. I'm not really creating a red wall. If I had a wall in my home that I could designate to a color, that would be awesome. But we've downsized when we moved and I don't have a lot of wall space. So I'm going to do it in a different color. I have no idea what yet. It will be variegated, but I just wanted it. I wanted it in my stash, so I got that. So that was my purchase from the retreat. Now, I had a gift card to Dixie Darlin, which is in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And I made really good use of my gift card. This is my bag. I'm not going to pull out everything and show you because a lot of it is floss or beads. Because what I wound up doing was going through my 12 starts for next year, and anything I didn't have in my stash, I made a list. So when I went to Dixie Darlin, I took my list and I just went straight down that list and I bought everything I could with my gift card. So that doesn't have to come out of my Stitch from Stash budget. And so that was pretty exciting for me. So a couple of things I will show you that I got with my gift card. I got this stand. And it has a topper that goes on the very tip top. That's the bottom there that you're seeing. There's the bottom. And then here's the topper. Right here. There's the topper. Anyway, this is a little stand and it holds up a piece of cross stitch. And the cross stitch that this is going to hold up, I've already stitched. And I did it over a year ago. And I have been waiting for this stand to come in so that I could fully finish it, and put it on this stand. And I can't wait to do that. I'm hoping to do that early next year so you can see it, and I think that'll be awesome. The other thing I got for me to do sometime down the road is a button and beads Mill Hill kit called Stitch in Time, and I'm sure you've seen it before. But won't that look precious in my sewing room? So I'll just do that for me at some point down the road. May not even be this year coming up. But anyway, the other big thing I did get was fabric. There was one project in my 12 that I didn't have fabric for. And it was the Giggles in the Snow. And that's for July, for the Christmas in July. And I couldn't figure out what color I wanted to do. I've looked at Stormy Skies. I've looked at several hand-dyed fabrics thinking I would get sort of a gray or a silvery blue, but I wanted it to look like snow. So one of the comments on my last video said, why don't you get an opalescent white, an antique white, because it will sparkle like the snow. So you're probably not going to see any sparkle. Oh, you can. Oh, I'm so excited. I hope you're I hope you're seeing that as well as I'm seeing it. But this is antique white, and it has the opalescence in it. It was the only one in this color this is Lugana, which is one of my favorite fabrics. The only cut of it that was there at the shop. They had Ada in opalescent, but nothing else. Nothing else. Not in any linen or anything. This was the count I wanted because it's the count that the pattern called for. And I thought it's too big a piece. So then I pulled up the pattern on my phone and I looked at the stitch count and I calculated it out. And for the two, the boy and the girl, it was going to take a piece this big cut in half. It was the perfect size. It was meant to be. So I got it with my gift card. So I have a big haul for me. This is huge. This is more than you've ever seen me share before. Most of that was freebie table and gifting. I bought those two patterns at the retreat. And all of this in this bag was gift card. So I did really well. I will admit, I was real proud of myself. But that wasn't everything. If you have watched Cindy's Cross Stitch yet, you will know that she had contacted me before the retreat. She was working that weekend, but she wanted to meet, if we could, she wanted to meet Marlene and I and spend some time with us while we were in the area. So we settled on dinner because there was a couple of meals each day, and on each day there was one meal provided and you were on your own for one meal. And so we chose to meet for dinner Saturday night and made arrangements to do so. And Marlene's husband and my husband got to go as well. Tommy had finished his hike, and so we all rode over together and met Cindy at a Mexican restaurant called El Paso. It was delicious. It was loud. They had several birthdays while we were there, and they were singing and celebrating, and it was hard to talk, but we made it. And we spent about an hour and a half together. It wasn't nearly long enough. It felt like 5 minutes. It really did. I don't even think we took a breath. We were talking the whole time. And Cindy, being Cindy, of course, had a gift bag for Marlene and I. Now, Cindy mentioned on her video that Marlene and I brought her a gift. We did. We each brought her an ornament. We hadn't even talked about it between any of us. We just know that Cindy is such a giver and that she deserves to get something, you know, herself. And so we had both decided to make her something without even talking to each other. And we're kind of tickled when we figured it out on our way to dinner that we each had a present for her. But that doesn't even compare to what she did for us. Cindy spoils people rotten. Let me just say, she spoils people rotten. Cindy, thank you for everything. First of all, it was a bag of chocolate, or a box of chocolate. It was beautifully wrapped, and I shared mine with the people at the retreat. So Cindy, we all thank you. All the ladies there, thank you. I got a lovely card from Cindy, and then I got a Starbucks coffee mug. And this is going to be wonderful for me drinking my hot tea. And I want to share it with you because it's one of those location mugs. It says Tennessee. Isn't that beautiful? I just love it. So I can now start using it because I've shared it with you. I love my mug, and it is a wonderful size, I must say. Then, in addition to that, and the chocolate, I have this little tiny Notions pouch. Isn't this the perfect size? And you can see in it. And in here I have thread drops. And I just love that Cindy made me some thread drops, because when she showed these Snoopy thread drops on her channel, I was so jealous, because my husband loved peanuts. When we were dating, the first card he ever gave me was a Snoopy card, and the first gift he ever gave me was a Snoopy pincushion. He was on his doghouse. Anyway, I've got Snoopy, I've got the peanut characters in here, and then I've got beautiful blues. I love blue, it's my favorite color. And so I've got all these beautiful blues. So one of my projects coming up, these will be my thread drops that I will use for it. Then on top of that, I got this cute little envelope. And inside this little envelope were a number of things, believe it or not. There were charms. A little snow charm. There were 3 snowflakes and a year charm, 2018. So I will be able to put that. Oh, there's more in here that didn't come out, by the way. But I will be able to put these charms on pieces that I make, like my ornaments. These will be wonderful charms for finishing. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I'll keep these in my little pouch so I know right where they are. But the main gift for me, and you've seen this if you've seen Cindy's channel, is my ornament. I was so tickled to see on her channel how she made this and put it together, and I just think it's great, because I hadn't even played with it enough yet today to figure out that it was a magnet that could come on and off this ornament. So I can use it either as a needle minder, I can use it as a magnet on my magnet board, I can use it on my refrigerator, or I can use it on my tree. Cindy, I'm excited because I can use this anywhere. It is precious, thank you, but it's going on my tree. And I have another little gift that my friend Joanna gave me, and it is Life is Beautiful. And it's for my water bottle to sit on. It's a coaster that she gave me. So I'm really excited about that. It was beautiful. I did stitch while I was there as well. I stitched a little bit on the 12 days. I finished the French hen, and then decided it was a little bit too hard of a pattern to do at a retreat because I was too busy talking and visiting to count that carefully. So I put it back away. But what I worked mainly on for the weekend was this. This will be my second Biscornu. Ho, ho, ho. I think it is precious. This is a Christmas Biscornu by Barbara Anna Designs. And I got my pattern, I downloaded it from creativepoppy.com. And now I'm working on the back side, and I hope to finish that tomorrow and put it together. So I hope that I'll be able to show it to you as a fully finished object within the next few days, if I get a chance to do that. That's my goal anyway. The last thing I want to show you is that there was a lady there at the retreat who makes needle minders, and she brought them into the business room, a business office there at the hotel one afternoon for just a little bit, and let us come down and look, and we were able to buy a needle minder if we wanted one. And this is the one that I got. It's a small needle minder, but I love that fall leaf. I love the fact that it's flat. I love the fall leaf. And the reason I got this one, it was to remind me of the retreat, obviously, But because I'm going to be doing the autumn arbor, that is one that I'll be starting in the fall, and I think this will be a beautiful needle minder for that piece. But this is what the leaves were looking like in Tennessee when we were there. They had turned this beautiful yellow, and some were this beautiful orange. And so I'm going to put some footage in here, that a few pictures I took on the way up, and then a few pictures that my husband took on a hike when he was even further up the mountain. And there is a little video I will put in too. And that little video is a beautiful piece where he's hiking through the woods, and the snow and ice that had already formed a little bit on the trees, it's warming up during the day, and that is falling down, and it's melting and falling down, and you can actually hear it on the video. And I'm going to put that in for you. So thanks for letting me share my retreat stories with you, my gifts, my haul, and just share with you the beauty of the mountains up in Tennessee. And I hope you enjoy it. Happy stitching, everyone. Bye. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Tina. And today I want to give you an update on what I've been stitching on since I got back from my retreat in Sevierville. So, as the first of each month rolls around, you know that I work on another little sheep virtue on my Afghan. So oh, sorry, I hit the camera. I even have this still on my stand, and I'm going to go ahead and show it to you because I just finished it. And this is the fifth one, and the name on it is Faith. So I'll flip the camera around and I'll tell you about it. Here's the finished square in the Afghan. Faith. Isn't that precious? I love that little dark sheep there with a little collar on. You got the moon, and you got some little tiny stars, these little pinpoint stars here. Now, the buttons for this square are 2 stars, and there are also 2 stars on the pattern. You'll see there the buttons, but there are 2 stitched stars on the pattern. Well, I didn't stitch them because when I looked at the placement on the stars, I really felt like it was crowding here and it was crowding here in the tree. So instead, I'm going to make a note to myself to use my buttons and place them where the stars are cross-stitched, here and here. And that way I will use the buttons as stars, but I think it will just be a better placement of them so they don't crowd everything else. But there it is. There's my next little house Needleworks little sheep virtue, number 5, Faith.